Good morning and welcome everybody. Today I'm installing the FuelX Pro on my Royal Enfield Meteor 350. For those of you who don't know what the FuelX is, it's an electronic fuel injection optimizer. I already had the FuelX Lite on my Royal Enfield Classic 350. The difference between the Pro and the Lite is that you have different maps here on this Pro version and a switch which you can put on the handlebar. So with the Lite version you just have one auto-tune map, and with this Pro version you have 10 different maps that you can choose from, and that's why I decided to buy the Pro version. I will show you what's inside the box. So this is the FuelX Pro auto-tune from Powertronic. Here on the side you can find all the features and benefits. So it shall reduce engine and exhaust temperature, then enhanced engine life, eliminates float spots and jerkiness, smoother engine operation, 10 auto-tune switchable maps, lesser downshifts and improved power and torque. Of course I will test it later on, so I will see if there is any improvement. I don't think that there is a power improvement, but we will see. But for example, if you have a DNA air filter installed, this helps to control the air-fuel mixture. This is what you also can find here on the back: aftermarket exhaust adapt, aftermarket air filter adapt, and temperature and altitude. So let's see what's inside the box. We have the quick start guide here for the installation. Should be quite easy, we will see. Inside the box we have the FuelX auto-tune unit, water resistant, shock resistant, and you have two connectors here at the end. Then we have some cable ties, some stickers. Then of course we have the harness, the connector. This goes into the O2 sensor of the bike. We have a ground cable, and this one goes inside the box. And last but not least we have the switch, plus minus, with a very long cable here, and this goes also inside the FuelX. So quite simple in connecting. With this switch here you can control how lean or rich the fuel air mixture is. Yeah, so that's all that's inside. A harness, the switch, the box. So it shouldn't be that difficult to install it. So let's go outside to the bike and install the FuelX Pro. Okay, so we start here taking off the cover of the battery here. So next step is take off the seat, because we have to also take off the tank, because the O2 sensor is down here and we have to route all the cables under the tank, so it's better to take it off. So we'll loosen everything here in the back first. So now carefully take it off. Seat is coming off. So now take off the front seat. So next step is the tank. 10 and the other side is 8. Just loosen this bolt here. Easy. Then take out the bolt, secure the nut. So now you can lift the tank a little bit up. Just like that. Put something down here. So now you have to loosen a few things. Here's the fuel line. You have to push these two buttons in here very strong, and then you can just pull it off. Then there's the electric connector in here. So then you can slowly lift the tank up, push it a little bit backwards. And under the tank there are two rubber lines for the fuel. So we have the FuelX. Oh, this looks good. This looks very good here in there. Next step, this is the harness. So we have to take off the O2 sensor here. Just declick it. Then the Y cable goes in here. Connect it until it clicks inside. And this one here goes in here like that. Yes, that's it. Until it clicks. And now you have the connection. The cables will be routed somewhere here. Then we have to put the ground cable here on the battery. Tighten the screw. I will do this first, and then I can connect the cables here and put them over there. I think this is a good place. Works fine down there. Okay, so first some cable ties. Let's try to tighten the box over here, that it's not wobbling around. I will see where I put the switch on the handlebar. One goes in here, and the other one. The other one goes in here. This looks good. Not too tight, but there's no stress on the throttle cable. Yep. This is the 4-pin. This comes in here. Click. So, and the last connection is the 6-pin. This goes in here. Very good. So, a few more cable ties here. This goes in here. This comes here. This comes here. That's good. What's really important that no cables are hanging down here on the cylinder head. Yeah, I think everything looks perfect. Cables are in the right position, nothing is disturbing. These ones are free. So just have a look if the FuelX is blinking. Yes, it is. So it has power. Perfect. Okay, so big one to the left and the small one to the right. Now just reconnect the energy for the pump. Fuel line is connected. So reassembling is quite easy, goes fast. Only thing that's a little bit difficult is the tank. But if you did this 1 or 2 times, then you know where all the connections are. And then it's not that difficult anymore. So everything is installed now. All the cables are in a good position. Just put the side cover back on. Okay, a step. So the FuelX Pro is installed now, and I think I have to go for a test ride to check how everything is working and if there's any improvement. So let me show you how the FuelX Pro works. Just have to turn on the ignition. And if I want to see in which setting I am, I just push the button. Then it's blinking 1, 2, 3, 4 times. This means I'm in level 4. Afterwards there's a long green light, which is a confirmation that everything is activated. So if I want to change it, I just go down. 1, 2, 3, blinking, and now the long green light is coming. Position 3 is the standard setting, so factory settings. So if you don't want to change anything, just leave it in position 3. It's still optimizing the fuel-air mixture. If you want to increase the air-fuel mixture, then go up from 4 to 6, 7. If you want to lower it down, you can go to 2 or 2, 1. To see if there's any difference, I will do a test right now, and I will ride in different modes like 3, 4, 5, 6, just to see is there any difference. If the bike gets more fuel, is it riding different? Is there more torque? Is there a difference in the throttle response, etc., etc. So I will start in position 3. This is the standard setting, factory setting of the bike. So there's no enrichment in the fuel mixture. I think it's still optimizing it a little bit, but we will see if there's any difference that I can feel. And afterwards I will change to 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe, just to see what's happening if you change the air fuel mixture. Just check in which position I am. 1, 2, 1 up, 1, 2, 3, and wait for the confirmation. There it is, confirmation, long flashing light. Okay, so even in setting 3, let's stop again, you can feel that the throttle response is already better. Of course, there's not a huge difference now. The engine pulls absolutely smooth. I think even in setting 3 there's less jerkiness. Yeah, so I would say even in the standard settings, level 3, there's already a small improvement. So let's go 1 up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait for the confirmation. There it is. Setting number 4. Oh yeah, you can feel it now. Definitely the throttle response is different. It's more direct. In the moment you pull the throttle, the engine wants to go. And if you are in cruising speeds, the engine runs very smooth. And this ticking noise of the valves is definitely better. So the engine is a little bit more quiet now. Very pleasant. So I think you don't have to go up to setting 5, 6, 7 or upwards if you don't need it. For cruising, the setting 4 is absolutely fine already. Okay, so go for the next setting. 1 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Confirmation. There it is. Yeah, especially when you are starting from the stand, you feel that there's a much better throttle response. I think you will not get that much more power. I think it's about the feeling, how the engine runs. Pulls a little bit better because I have the DNA air filter installed. Now in the mid-range, the engine pulls very smooth. Yes, very pleasant. The way the bike feels now is different. Everything is smoother now, a little bit more quiet. Engine noise is reduced a little bit. Throttle response definitely better than before. So I think this will be a huge benefit when you are in the mountains. It's a little bit torquier, especially now at setting number 5. Pulls very good. So I think I will go for the next setting now. Chips, here we are. So 1 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. Pulls even a little bit better than before, so a more direct throttle response. So I think setting 5 and 6 will be quite good for hills and mountains. Feels even a little bit torquier than the settings before. Here in the mid-range. For sure more torque in the mid-range. Of course, there are no differences in the top speed, because this is limited to 115, 120 kilometers per hour. But the way the bike feels now, everything is a little bit more happy, more torquey. Engine runs much smoother than before. So I think the standard setting without anything is quite lean. Okay, yeah, quite happy. So this is the power setting number 6, and let's go for the next one. I think I will skip 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Confirmation. Okay, let's see what happens in setting number 8. This is the more sporty setting, I would say, from 8 to 10. Okay, this feels different. Holy crap. Yeah, definitely this is a little bit more aggressive now. Noise nearly gone, all this tickling noise from the valves. Okay, let's take it up a notch. I want to see what happens in 10, just for the fun. 1, 2, up. So this is the maximum you can go. Maximum level. Yeah, so if you are looking for a more sporty ride, then go for level 8 to 10. Everything feels a little bit more aggressive, also the throttle response. So I think I will go back to level 6. This was okay for me. So I think, yeah, level 6 was fine for me. Still more torque, so I think this will be the perfect setting for the mountain range. Wow. I think level 6 gives you the torque that you need on hills or in the mountain range. So after all these power settings, now I'm back to setting number 3. Yeah, now level 3, the valve noise is a little bit back. Standard setting. And if I'm 3rd gear and I'm pulling, it's okay, but there's a difference to the more powerful levels like 5 or 6. I will go back to level 4. Level 4 gives you a little bit more torque, smoothens out the engine, throttle response is better than in the standard setting or without FuelX. Yeah, there's a nice pull now. Especially in the mid-range, better than before. A little bit more torquey, definitely completely different throttle response, more direct. Before there was something like a gap sometimes. Definitely the engine noise isn't that loud as before. All this tickling noise from the valves, it's gone. I can't say anything about the temperature, because with the FuelX Pro the temperature of the engine shouldn't be that high, which is good in the summer season when you are on a long distance ride. I have an oil temperature gauge here, it's at 60 degrees Celsius. Maybe I will do a test soon with a DNA open air filter cover, if there is any difference, because the engine gets a little bit more air, but I'm quite happy so far. I think this was a good modification. So more and more the bike is ready for the next road trip. So what's my conclusion after the test ride? I think even in mode 3 the throttle is super smooth, the engine feels calmer, especially at lower RPM. And when I switched to mode 4 I felt a nice boost in the mid-range, which is great for longer rides. And then mode 5 and 6, these are I think very good for hills and mountains when you just need the right amount of pull without making the bike feel too nervous and aggressive. Before I installed the FuelX, my Meteor sometimes had this nagging valve sound, especially when climbing or at hot weather. So if you are riding a Meteor 350 or Classic 350 and you care about smoothness, comfort and reliability, the FuelX Pro is absolutely 100% worth it. I'm not interested in racing. This upgrade is about feeling good on the road, riding longer and enjoying the experience. Plus, the ability to switch modes gives me the flexibility I want when I'm riding in the mountains or I'm cruising on the country roads. Yeah, my setup at the moment is the DNA air filter, but with the OEM standard cover, so that it's a little bit quieter, but still gets a little bit more air. And now the FuelX Pro. And all in all, I can feel reduced vibrations now, definitely improvement of the throttle response. The engine is a little bit more quiet, and the power in the mid-range and on hills and mountains is definitely better than before. So what's the difference between the Pro and the Lite, which I had before? For sure you get a little bit more torque in the mountains with the Pro because you can go up to level 5 or 6. This gives you a boost in the mid-range and in the torque. So if you are just riding on flat roads, then I think the FuelX Lite might be okay for you. It's pre-configured, everything is plug and play, a little bit more easy, don't have the switch on the handlebar. But if you are planning to ride in the hills, in the mountains and need a little bit more torque, then maybe go for the Pro, because then you can switch up to level 5 or 6 and you definitely get a better torque. So if you are on a tighter budget, the Lite will help, absolutely no question, it will be okay. But if you already invested in a Pro air filter or an exhaust, then maybe the Pro is a better choice. So of course I will keep you updated about the fuel consumption and everything else and my experiences in the next few weeks with the FuelX. So I hope you liked the video today, and if you did, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and cheers.